Harry Bunkum, thanks for showing up. As always, I've been using that hashtag everywhere. DreadLore is for everyone. You guys should totally use it. Anyone else on the chat? Since we're coming back from the break, we can have a quick moment.
Yeah, I'm on the chat. I'm always on the chat though.
Yeah, dude. I know.
I might ask us to do something. I got a little box. I'm gonna claim a bonus.
You better claim a bonus.
I'm gonna go big. Well, I can't send a sub. What is it? Send a message in the what?
Yeah, you can highlight a message with channel points.
Oh, well,
which is cool. We actually have a little Twitch sound effect when people follow, but I don't think it actually works with our new setup. We'll have to figure that out. It's pretty cool.
I redeemed a narrative point. I'm going to give it William first.
Oh yeah.
See if he can survive getting stabbed.
I suppose he technically is an NPC. How conceited is that? I'm like, Stephen King. Anyway,
this much.
It's this big.
It's this big. Happy birthday,
Andrea. I demand you go get some soda or something. That might help your stomach.
Oh, I mean, I don't have any around.
You don't have any Coke? You don't have Dr. Pepper?
No.
You live in
Kentucky
and don't have Dr. Pepper?
The only time I drink Dr. Pepper lately is if I go to the fast food or something. Pretty good about it.
My mom always made us or gave us a Coke to settle our stomachs. Apparently it works. Still works for me anyway. Anyway. We're going to have a moment for you guys to, as players, confer amongst yourselves. You're on the player turn. So this can be quasi in-game, out-of-game. A little bit of a montage-y thing as you guys are moving through these mirrored hallways. If you want to talk about what's going on and have a little bit of plan before the next thing drops. I'll give you maybe a couple minutes.
Well, I don't think that...
Are we doing this in character or out of character?
I'd say in character's best.
Yeah.
Okay.
As we're running, I'm like, I don't think they expected us to get here, or else they would have not had this elaborate setup.
I'm not exactly sure where here is. It's a bunch of smoke and mirrors. I feel like we've run into a bad disco floor or something. An evil disco.
Honestly, I was expecting them to... I wasn't expecting it to go this well so quickly.
Well, there's nobody here. Except for this guy running from us, I guess. My thought is that if any of us hear Levi sing, that's gonna just start causing us to all go crazy and become one of the unwilling or one of the unfortunate or a sleeper or whatever you want to call it. I mean,
well,
that's why.
We have the beautiful music of Mariah here to keep us help with that.
And Nord is kind of like yelling at the top of his lungs, trying to ears at the same time. They're not being stealthy. Nord is not being stealthy.
Yeah. Well, the commandant knows we're coming, so it doesn't matter if we're stealthy or not.
And we should definitely be careful, because I ran into our good buddy William Tibbetts, and I don't know if I told you this, but he kind of turned into an arachnid and has like special climbing powers, and weird, crazy strength that is, would probably murder any one of us in one punch. It's like a one punch man or something.
Just like
Anything else?
Bruce Lee.
Anything else?
Rising up, straight to the top. Had the guts,
Indeed.
got the glory.
All right. You hear when Nord is not yelling, apparently the Eye of the Tiger, William Shatner style, saying, you all run around this maze. Simon and Nord, you had bid. What was the bid that you made?
Vagabond.
You each made Vagabond and
In the fog, which is one of my flaws.
As you're stumbling around down these steps, around corners, this hodgepodge of mirrors, bumping into them every so often, they shake. It seems like these were set up. There is clearly a structure of some sort, and then these were put in afterwards. Sometimes when you hit the mirrors, they don't move at all, betraying a weight-bearing wall, as there's the musty smell of a basement or a cellar. There's a humidity down here, smell of body odor. And as you look at the ground, it has turned to dirt. The kind of dirt that's sort of clay-like and sticky, reminds you perhaps of a grave or a cemetery after it's rained. Leah, you're running behind. What do you bid to keep up / not get lost?
Bid to keep up. Okay.
And is anyone either carrying Mariah, or do you want to bid Mariah
I
to
was
do the same?
carrying Mariah.
Okay. You are carrying her?
Vamp redeemed hydrate, so
Oh,
everyone hydrates.
thank you, Vamp.
And time served.
Holker, you
And
gotta
the
hydrate, dude.
Nobody can slouch on this either.
No,
Yep.
Holker, is there a fireball and whiskey in that solo cup?
No, there's filtered water.
I know what you mean. I know what you're saying. Yeah,
If you get my drift.
I get you.
Yeah.
There's not distilled water? No.
Oh. Yeah, but distilled water's a thing. Yeah. What do you bid, Leah?
It's not holy water.
Leah, what do you bid?
Oh, I told you, it's time served.
Oh, time served. Oh, I didn't get it. Time served. As you are keeping up, and you guys shouting at each other. As I described, the grave, dirt, or something. You come to the end of the hallway, muddy, filthy. The mirrors have stopped at this point, and you see the bare walls, wooden, ancient looking. Think of like what's beneath Vienna or something. There's
Or
this.
Paris.
I'm sorry.
Or Paris.
Or Paris. There's this Spanish moss-looking crap hanging from the fixtures and whatnot. It seems like the catacombs. There's brick. It's all dusty. And in front of you, a large door. It is not. It is barreled. So it's like not a portcullis. What is that called? A hemisphere? Is that right? An arch? Thanks. It's an arch. Whatever, Andrea. You and your words.
I was just like...
There's no straight lines in this bitch. Yeah, it's like that. Big ol' wooden door, reinforced with bands of steel like a D&D game.
This looks like a prohibition tunnel.
God damn, narrative point. Hell yeah. Thank you for making this make sense. As you see, the mud, in the mud, tracks, of course, all over the place where the doors open and whatnot. Action's on you guys.
If we follow this, it'll probably take us over towards the river.
Do we want to leave? I know we're following this guy, but
The music kicks in.
There could be
Echoing.
rooms down here as well.
yeah.
So they're probably
Right.
holed up in a room. They would have storerooms and stuff off of these tunnels.
Sure. If you think that's where we can find... I'm guessing Annabelle? Is she the only one that's still alive?
We don't know who they would have. I don't know if Annabelle will... I almost went meta there. Because
Yeah.
I don't
kinda-
know if...
I have a feeling we need to disrupt what's going on upstairs. Do you,
This could be a...
I think
this
they're
could
going to
be a wild
brainwash
goose
everybody
chase.
in that room. And there were some powerful people in that room. DuPont was in there, and so was Gabby's dad. Oh, I guess so was Annabelle's dad, Butte.
Well, we can go... The easiest way would probably be to go throw a fire alarm
Yeah,
and take out the power.
sure. I mean, maybe that's what we do. We just... Should we split the party? And half
Do
of
you
us
want
run
me
after
to do
this
that
guy,
while you
or-
guys? Do you want me to do that while you guys go chase after the Commodore?
We can. I don't see Tony. I guess he's still upstairs.
Yeah, maybe this is a red herring, to get us away from where we need to be as well.
It could be, or this could take us all the way out to Bell Island, or
Sure.
across the river from Bell Island.
Sure. We didn't really stay to listen what he was going to say, the Commandant.
Well, he took off the minute you found out the secret.
I know I have a tendency to just spread chaos instead of listen for a second. I'm just afraid of anybody talking that isn't us because they all make me crazy.
So, do we want to split, or do we want to all go back up and stop?
I think we split.
Okay.
Agree.
I
Alright,
think
so-
Mariah should stay with you, Tony. Or not Tony, Simon.
Okay. Do you want to take Mariah with you, Leah, or you want her to stay with me?
I think she's best to stay with me. We don't want her, if that does lead to Bell Island, we don't want to literally lead her to the sacrificial chambers.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
no doubt.
I will, because I'm carrying her, I'll hand her over to you. So that way you can, if you want to carry her or set her down or whatnot.
She goes, wee!
And if you see Tony start to read from a book, maybe you should shoot him in the face. I don't know.
At least knock it out of his hands.
Yeah.
But make sure to grab him and have him help you.
All right. Well, all right. You guys be safe. I'll go put an end to this concert, and then I'll join you.
Okay.
Nice.
And with that, Leah turns around. Leah carries Mariah, all Yoda style, like Empire Strikes Back,
Uh-huh.
and she'll just start, jogging back
Huffing
the way
it.
they came.
All right. As you start doing that, Back in the office while this is going on, Tony, you are shouting at the top of your lungs, the eye of the tiger. You don't notice the door has opened. And when you look up, you see 3 people standing above you. Just a moment, and I'll tell you who they are. 2 of them, they look familiar. If you had to place it, you possibly could. You can bid or throw down to do that. One of them, you definitely have seen before. You just met this person. The young guy, the bow, around 6 feet, more fit than expected. Short blonde hair, looks kind of like a surfer dude in Detroit. His name is, you heard the chef refer to him as Cutie Pie. He's the one that had the weird knife, which is actually out right now. He has an awkward smile on his face. Almost like he's been fish hooked. It's wrenched up one side. He's looking down at you with this knife out. He's in his sous chef looking uniform with the funny pants. The 2 behind him, do you better throw down to note who they are, or do you just not do that? It's up to you.
I will bid. I'll bid seasoned.
A seasoned. Having been seasoned, you're pretty sure you've seen them at the Fancy. At the Fancy, and you're pretty sure the Coffee Stain Inn. Never spoken to them. May or may not know their names. Let me see if I actually know their names. Indeed. One was the waitress at the Coffee Stain. You remember her name?
Eunice.
No, that's
No.
at the Fancy.
Her name, I know her name. Her name is it Emma?
Emma Jorgensen.
Jorgensen.
Very, very good. You get a pip. The other one, you may or may not have met. Actually, no, of course you've met him. Duh. Peyton Twerb. Do you remember Peyton Twerb?
No.
Yes.
Peyton Twerb is the Canuck. This is the drug runner that you know.
Oh.
Yeah, the smuggler guy.
Didn't
He's
he
the
give
one
us
who's
a tip?
he's the one who's blind in one eye.
What's he look like?
He's got very long, straight black hair, blue eyes, soft white skin. He's about 4'7", but has a very muscular build, and has a very sharp, innocent looking face. With a little square beard. Little hobbit looking dude who's like all WWF'd. Or WWE, I suppose, nowadays.
How's this? Is that guy okay? He doesn't have a
Yeah, he's great. That's fine. He shaved it. Yeah, these 2 are behind him. Oh my God. They're behind him, behind Cutie Pie. As you look up, Tony, you're shouting as Cutie Pie's saying something that you likely don't hear. You see his face kind of twist up in this expression of anger. It's a rage that you're not listening to him. as he's shouting, you can kind of hear him like shouting. Emma grabs his shoulder and yanks him back. They're saying something. You can't hear it. The action is on you.
I am going to take my hands off my ear.
You hear Emma explaining to him emphatically, you can't be shouting during Levi's set, okay? You're going to disturb it. As he's like, I know. You hear Peyton go, what are we going to do with him, eh?
I shout.
Sorry, Tony. Sorry about what we're going to do, okay? Fucking kid.
So I take my hand. I take my. They pull them back. I'll glance back a bit just to see what's around in the rest of the room. See if there's anything I can use.
Exactly what I described before. Yeah. What are you looking for?
Maybe. So I have my sidearm.
Okay.
And I was wondering if there's anything else. So I'm going to scan around and look at the mirror in the process.
So the mirror, it just reflects in such a way that it looks like the back wall. In fact, it doesn't look like a mirror at all. You know it's there because your entire group of friends just disappeared. And in fact, Tony doesn't necessarily know. He knows something's back there.
So I'm gonna walk around.
Okay, as you stand up, they're right around you, right? So like, are you gonna attempt to slip by them or like nutmeg them or
like how close?
Because they're standing over you. It's pretty clear they're going to do something unpleasant. And the Canuck is apologizing profusely.
I take my gun and
oh no, he's got a firearm, eh?
Yeah, I pull it out and do they
yeah, they react. What do you bid?
Vestige of the Godhead.
Oh my God. Okay, what do you do?
I get this look on my face, like I'm being like I somehow have a connection, the same connection that they do. That I know some stuff they didn't think I knew, and they can just kind of feel it.
Mm-hmm. And then what do you do?
I fire a warning shot.
Okay, you're gonna have to describe this in detail and throw down.
I look at
throw
them
down after you describe it.
Yeah. I look at them. I stand up, almost like I'm levitating. Right, I'm rising up, and it's kind of distracting. It's kind of weird. They don't really know what to make of it, and as they are looking at my face and focused on the intensity in my eyes, I fire a warning shot at the ground.
In front of them?
Between them.
Okay, so toward them.
Yeah.
Throw down. You will get a chaos die for this, so it'll be a d6 in addition to whatever you roll. Tell me if you roll a 1. Leah, you're jogging back with Mariah. Well, that went well. Bang! You hear a gunshot up ahead.
All right.
Yeah,
so
Oh, go ahead.
The chaos die is not a 1.
Good.
The other 2 dice are 1s.
Ah, damn.
Really? Do you do anything to mitigate that?
Yes.
Oh.
If he messes up, maybe he accidentally shoots one of them.
Or his foot?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to bid violence.
Nice. So you want to re-roll either your action or your aspect die. This should be grace, by the way.
Got it. Oh, that's a success.
Nice. So how many successes you got?
1.
All right, that's all you need. As they're arguing amongst each other. As almost like someone hit mute, and you hear the ruffling of clothes. You rise, Tony, hovering a few inches above the ground, looking up. There's the amber light of the Edison bulb is behind you, glowing like a halo. As they gasp, "Oh my God! Look at, he's blessed by the deep one." As you look down, with flaming eyes, they take a step back. As you pull your gun out, shoot in the middle of them. Bam! Breaking them from their momentary reverie. We'll see what happens. Nord, will you roll me a D12? Leah, will you roll me a D12? And Simon, will you roll me a D12? Simon, you will be Scotty. Leah, you will be Emma. Nord, you will be Peyton. The Canuck.
I rolled a 9.
Okay.
I rolled a 3.
And I rolled
right.
a 5.
All right, so Emma is the only one that doesn't kind of pee herself, and also who stands her ground as Scotty yipes, "Ah!" and falls back into the wall behind him, slumping on the floor with his knife, slashing out, but nowhere near you. Peyton Canucks out as he jumps over the desk. Oh, fucking Canada. Emma stands there, seeing what's happened, seeing the gun, looking down at you as she bum rushes you. You may.
I mean, let's be honest. Emma works at a coffee shop. She's seen some shit.
She's seen some shit. She works at like the equivalent of Waffle House in this.
Yeah, true.
You're in trouble. Yeah. So this would be a reaction roll. It's Grace or Brawn, whichever one you want, and your action die. The threshold is Trace or Trois Rible. Get it.
All right. That is a 10 and a 6, so that's 3 successes.
All right, that's limbo. Do you do anything to increase that to a clean success?
I'll bid movement.
All right, so go ahead and re-roll something, and remember you have to keep the. Yeah. So if you re-roll, you have to keep whatever you roll. It doesn't add to it. Yeah.
Same one.
Okay. As Emma tries to stiff arm you at the neck and push you up against the wall, she's fumbling in her pocket underneath her apron or something as she pulls out what looks like, it's not a knife per se. It's like it's some what do you call it? Shit. Huh? A dirk?
Is it a dirk?
Is it a dirk? No, what is it? It's not a knife. It's a cooking utensil. This is a knife. That's not a knife.
It's not
This
a
is a
knife.
knife.
This
What
is a
that thing
knife.
called?
Spatula.
Oh God.
Skewer.
A sharp spatula. I had it in my head. It is gone. What do you use it to open up cans and stuff?
Can opener.
It's fucking the can opener. Jesus, it's one of those can openers that has a little pointy thing.
Yeah.
As she's pulling this out to get at your eyeball.
Oh wow. Or a wine
You
opener.
She pushes you up against the wall, but you are quite... Did you do Brawn or Grace?
I think I did. I did Grace.
As you're able to slip by out of her grasp, the can opener comes dangerously close to your eye. It doesn't catch your eye, but it catches just this little nook, right? The ocular bone, and scrapes down into your ear, dealing you half damage. You take 4 damage as she was going to open up your head.
Yep. So like this, right?
That'll work.
Oh, that's what that is. That's an old can opener.
Oh, yeah. That gnarly looking, whatever the fuck that is. Yeah, that's her. Leah, you hear, bam! Do you do anything, or do you continue just trucking along?
I mean, I'll continue trucking along since that's really all I can really do.
You can bid to change the fiction in your favor.
No, I'll continue trucking along for now.
All right. You hear Tony, something is going on, and Mariah says, shouldn't we hurry up? You're like, go run this way, this way. I've got such and such. Okay. And you'll get there eventually. The rest of you. The gunshot has not gone off yet. Leah has left. She left maybe a minute ago. You're left in this creepy basement. Catacombs in front of this door. You can hear Levi's music echoing. It's unintelligible, but unmistakable jazz. And you kind of feel the pull of it. This lounging, sleepy music, but it's far enough away, distorted enough to where it's not having any kind of effect on you. Or so you think.
He sewed his eyes shut. I think we should proceed. Let's burst through the door and try to get through this door, Simon.
Nord awkwardly tells you. Nord turns to you, Simon, and says, Simon, I think we should proceed. Let us burst through this door.
Let's do what we can to enter into the domicile of the inn.
Come hither, Simon. Let's open this doorway.
English is not my first language.
I want to burst through it.
I'm going to twist the knob.
Yeah,
and
you are.
Slowly open the door.
Simon. Twist it hard. What? Sorry.
And slowly open the door to see if there's any tension. Because this being a prohibition tunnel, there could be booby traps.
Obi, you're directly in a D&D game now. Indeed. What do you bid to do this?
I'm going to bid cop. Just because there's prohibition tunnels all over Detroit. Because that's where they used to come in from Canada, and we've had to go down. We've had to go down into them before. Granted, a lot of the booby traps in those were like super old, so they were decrepit anyway. But considering they're actively using this, I'm going to go a little bit safer because they could have updated it.
Bidding cop, you hear a click. You feel some tension. How do you avoid this booby trap? You could guess it's some kind of you open the door and get stabbed.
Oh, okay. Nord, stand over on this side of the frame. I'm going to stand on this side and push it open. It sounds like that way we'll have the doorway clear so whatever's behind it comes out, won't hit us on the sides.
Nord's like, clear.
As you open up the door, pushing it, it's a heavy door, maybe even strain your arm a little bit. The door swings. As it opens, nothing happens. And right as it gets to the edge, maybe even There's the thought, kind of like when you light a firecracker and it doesn't immediately go off.
Yeah.
Is there going to be a chunk? And you see, it looks like someone has taken apart some whiskey barrels, filed them down into points like like one of those pitchforks in a barn, as this swinging death comes directly out where like your nutsack and intestine would be. As it swings there limply.
This happens a lot in the Prohibition tunnels. We just need to watch the doors. It was to keep people from stealing the booze.
Nord, you can bid or throw down to not be fucking freaked out, man.
I'll throw down. Because
Leah, as you're moseying along, you hear from behind you. All kinds of shit's happening on either end. What'd you get?
I got 4. I got 2 10s, but I don't think it does anything.
It does. You get a narrative point, first of all. And you got 2 10s, so you got flair twice.
Okay.
This is the reason for flair and DreadLore, because sometimes, like, it's always good to have it. And you get to recover proficiencies or traits. Yep, dropping dice. Like real.
It was my pencil. I was trying to do things.
As you are totally not unnerved by this. In fact, it kind of stokes this conspiracy theory in you, perhaps, Nord, that, I mean, there's this former police officer, Simon, is confirming what you've known, what you've written about, and people laugh about. There are booby traps down here. People have gone missing in these tunnels. Whatever happened to them? And you're seeing it firsthand.
Sure.
All right, what do you all do? Actions on you.
I'll bid my flaw conspiracy not to make a mental note.
Yep. It is noted.
And continue on. It's like, I bet there are probably hundreds of these missing people just down here because of this.
I don't know about hundreds, but I would say
maybe
there's
thousands. Maybe half of Detroit is missing because they've all been booby trapped.
Probably closer to a handful, but I will reach up and I'll grab it like this and break the
mechanism.
Arm, down.
You do,
just so that way it can't be reset.
You do. You bust the wood. Nord, as you had bid your flaw, we'll say you realize that. We'll say that on traps of this nature for this scene, until the next scene, you will get a free mulligan when you roll.
Nice.
So like a free proficiency.
Very cool.
Okay. And I'll start to head down the hallway.
Leah, you're moseying up the way. You're almost to the office. Are you going to bid anything, or are you just moseying, continuing?
I guess I'll bid adaptable.
Mariah is on your back, and she's like, Mom, we should really go help him. That was a gunshot.
You just keep singing. I'll focus on taking care of business.
ABC. One, two, three.
She only knows that part.
Yeah, that's it. It's just over and over and over. She's like, I don't know the words at all. Tony. So, Leah, as you bid, you will actually burst into the scene. Here in a second, you'll actually be able to participate in what is about to happen to Tony. You've been scratched in the eye, or nearly. The other two, the Canuck and Cutie Pie, are getting up. They're surrounding you. Are you going to do any cunning, or are you going to let them gangbang you?
I'm going to drop cunning.
Okay. As they're getting ready to gangbang you, the Canuck is the creepy one. He's like, I'm sorry about it. As he's like taking off his pants because he's just fucking creepy. Creepy fucking Canadian guy. I have to go hard. I got to go deep in the paint on this one. Emma Jorgensen has fallen against the wall. She turns around with a creepy fucking smile, licking the blood off of her can opener, her bottle opener. As Cutie Pie has his knife, he's like, we're going to carve you out like a fucking pig, man. You drop cunning. What do you do?
So I see them saying they're going to carve me up like a pig.
You see it and hear it, and maybe you can feel it too if you're clairvoyant enough. Maybe they're just trying to scare you. As you feel blood dripping down your face.
All right, well...
the Canadian's taking his pants off.
The dude that's going to carve me up, it's close range. I figure it's... what other choice do I have? I shoot him.
Where?
Center of mass.
Okay, what do you bid?
I bid everyone watching this to like and subscribe. Subscribe to Twitch. Subscribe via YouTube. You can do it. It's not hard. You don't even have to roll for it. You don't have to bid anything. It's a free action. You're not in rounds. You can make a montage out of subscribing to all of them. Yeah, I shoot them. And I bid convinced because I'm convinced they're going to kill me and do bad things to me.
As Peyton, who's got, his pants halfway down, throws up his hands as you're pulling up the gun. He says, whoa. We're just kidding.
Kidding? I'm not kidding. Step away. With your,
do you shoot or do you not?
I will not. If I actually see him, hey, we're just kidding.
The Canuck has half his dick out as he's holding up his pants with one hand.
No. I tell the Canuck, step away before you pull your pants up.
He says, yeah, sure. As he's backing away, as Cutie Pie still has his knife out and Emma Jorgensen is still about to lunge forward. We're just playing with you. We're not going to hurt you. Mounties on her.
I will then say, hands up, all of you, or you die.
All right. They attack you.
All right.
Live long. Peace and long life. Okay, because you're stalling, you get a chaos die on top of this. As they have successfully, the Canuck has Canucked you. Get Canucked. So roll the chaos die.
Chaos die is not a 1.
All right. Is it a success? Because if it is, it's for you.
It's a success.
All right. So you get the success. Go ahead and throw down for your attack.
I did. There's no other successes.
So how many successes did you get?
1.
Oh, 1. So the chaos die. As you're turning around and you're shooting center of mass at Scotty. Yep. He had just enough time to get off of your center line as you shoot into the wall. Emma Jorgensen says, yeah, leaping at you, stabbing you in the back, like right in the neck with this
Ooh.
can opener.
Yeah.
As Scotty lunges forward with his knife, grabbing you and gut spilling you, just as fast as he can go. Meanwhile, Peyton says, "Wait for me," as he's like taking off his pants, and you see this big fucking dick as he's gonna fuck you. The door opens. Leah and Mariah. Mariah goes, "Hey, BC, oh my God." Leah, are you gonna spend cunning?
Yeah.
You probably should. All of that is in motion. They haven't actually connected knife, can opener, and or dick.
You mean connected?
Oh, God. Get connect!
Leah will...
deep in the paint. Deep in the paint on this one. I'm going to
Leah,
go deep in
Leah.
the... Okay.
Leah will I'll bid Soldier to snap, point my pistol at the closest one and shoot him.
Which one? You've got Emma Jorgensen trying to open up his throat. You've got the Canuck trying to give him the Canuck, and you have
I'm gonna shoot the naked guy first.
Okay. Are you shooting him anywhere particular?
I'm not really at this point. I'm not taking the time to aim. I'm just trying to. I jumped into this crazy scene. And I'm just trying to hit somebody.
All right. And what are you bidding?
Soldier.
Bidding soldier. Go ahead and throw down. Tony, we're gonna have you make. Typical DreadLore idea would be you would make 3 different throwdowns, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to give you a base threshold to avoid getting fucked up. So threshold will be 4 since you're being attacked by 3 people. And this is grace. You've got breath to go to limbo, which you'll take half damage. Remember, you got your ninja gear, you got abilities to add successes. Go ahead and throw down. You do not need to bid for this. What'd you get?
2.
Roll damage. This is limbo. So to do.
Okay. Well, what I will do then, if it senses limbo, is I will go ahead and bid Cruel to activate Master at Arms and get the extra 2 successes.
All right. You do that. Go ahead and throw down your damage, and you'll add all the bonuses. What'd you get, Tony?
I got 3 successes.
Awesome. That is very close. You want to do any ninja gear to gain extra dice you can throw down? Do you have any abilities that could give you bonus successes?
I have... I think I might actually have one. I gotta look it up.
What is it?
Is Turmoil and Philosophy.
Do you have any upgrades on it?
Do I have any upgrades? No, I do not. I do not.
Turmoil and Philosophy is an interesting ability. It actually does something. Of course, I can't remember what it does.
Succeeding against your foe in this manner causes them to falter in their argument, perhaps stopping them in their tracks if they're getting physical, and can even cause them to incur another condition.
Right. So, you don't have any upgrades to it, so it won't give you any successes. However, what I will say is, if you're activating that, it'll lower the threshold by 1, in which case you are at limbo, effectively giving you a +1. So are you going to activate it?
Yes.
All right. Bidding that, it's usually a words type thing, as in you're using philosophy to kind of fuck with their heads. What does Tony do to make these 3 crazy people kind of falter? They're still doing what they're going to do, but they're just not as sure about what they're doing.
You're next after me.
Ooh, I like that. I'll give you a pip for it. As you touch something, you hit something on the nail on the head with this. You realize maybe they're not 100% confident in the cult they're following. Or maybe there's something deeper that they know. As the Canuck looks around, he could be right. As Scotty is about to like stab you, looks back and forth as Emma says, "Just get him!" And they start. So you'll take half damage from this since it's a limbo. So it'd be 5 damage. Leah, what was your damage?
I got 8 damage. I got 8 damage on the
8?
Canuck. Yeah.
Now that you added the 2 from getting above beating the threshold by 2?
Then that's a 10.
All right. How do you murder the Canuck?
I shoot him directly in the dick.
He looks down.
Dies from massive blood
weakness. Huh?
And he dies from massive blood loss.
Yeah, you see all of his blood in one fell swoop.
He doesn't succeed. His dick succeeds.
Nord, I love it. As gushing out of him, gore, blood, and sugar and spice from Canada. As he falls down, singing their national anthem. Canada fucking hates me now. But you know what? Oh my god.
They don't have sperm, they have maple syrup.
That's it. You get a narrative point. That's great. Maple syrup. It's true. It's true. The funny thing is, I actually don't hate Canada at all. It's just really funny. Maple syrup and toonies. Just kind of clang, 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 clang. Emma and Cutie Pie look over. It's okay. He was one of them. Blammo! All right. That's them. Tony, action's on you.
Who's left?
The 2 that are... Emma is opening up your neck with a can opener, laughing, cackling at you, scratching you. Meanwhile, you're getting stabbed in the stomach with a gnarly knife by a frat guy.
I'm going to shoot the chick.
Yeah. As you spin around on the blade, still getting sticked. It's like you hear it sounds like stabbing, like breaking celery. As you're getting stabbed, you wheel around to shoot Emma in the fucking face. What do you bid? Three, 2.
I will bid. Hold on. I will bid. I'll bid local. Or no.
Local?
No. Actually,
I know you.
I'll bid guard.
Okay, how does that apply to shooting this waitress in the face? Who's stabbing you?
Because I've been trained to actually use this gun. And maybe
as you spin around,
I'll succeed.
You spin around. Throw down.
One success.
2. Do you add anything to it? You've got ninja gear, for example, the gun.
Yeah, I do have the gun. And
you want to bid the gun?
Yeah.
Does it have any traits on it?
None listed. It's a 38 special.
Okay, be a D4.
Nope.
You can do other ninja gear. You can do one more ninja gear, and you can activate abilities.
I will bid my. I'll bid my flashlight.
As you flash her in the face with your flashlight first.
I barely have the ability to flip it on and distract her.
Does it have any traits on it?
No.
All right. It'll be a D4. Pretty sure. I thought it did. Is it a small flashlight? Is it concealable? Or is it a big mag light?
I'm going to say it's a small flashlight.
All right. So we'll have a trait. So it's a D6. The trait should be concealable. As you shine her in the face with a pen light. Ding!
Now I'm at 2 successes.
Hey, that is Limbo. Go ahead and throw down your damage. Poor Peyton. Smells like pancakes and
5 total.
crepes. 5?
Yeah.
We're going to give you a D6 on top of that because you're shooting her close range in the face.
That's 8 total.
As Leah, you see Tony turn around, putting his 38 special to Emma's face. As there's a moment, she's smiling with her goofy fucking teeth, her hair all pulled back and dyed and shit. As she goes, oh, realizing what's about to happen. Tony, do you say anything before you blow her fucking head off?
No.
Boom! Face explodes on the wall. As Emma spins around, you can see, like Two-Face, the bone and such, and the wet mess that's occurred that Tony has transformed her cheekbone into. She's not dead. Her eyeballs just sort of like sitting there all Two-Face style, stunned because she just got shot in the face. As she slumps against the wall, dropping her can opener. Still alive, but not doing well. Simon and Nord. Actions on you.
I'm
You hear
down.
gunshots. Distant gunshots far behind you.
I mean, we leave her alone for 1 second, just 1 second, and she starts shooting up the place. It was a distraction that she wasn't supposed to like kill everybody. Oh my god!
Well, that's what we thought would happen.
In this room, crates are piled up, ancient crates covered in dust, all wooden. The stamps on them are still visible, but they're faded. They're who knows how old? 40, 50, 60 years or so. A couple of them are open. They're piled 2 and 3 high. Some of them shoved against the wall, some broken and just busted. Looks like there's ancient glass all mixed around on the floor and whatnot. As you walk, you in fact hear the glass crunching underneath your feet. Barreled ceiling, low ceiling. Go on, sorry.
No, are there any boxes that I can pick up and throw? No, are they like?
Well,
are they alcohol boxes?
I will describe the rest of it, and you can investigate.
Yeah, go ahead.
This room is about 20 feet long, and at the other end, you see 2 doors. One leading awkwardly off to the left at a weird angle, almost like it was dug out. Small door, and then another large door that looks more like it was made with the tunnel. It's very similar to the one you just came through. There are, imagine like in a mine, lights that are strung to the ceiling. They're really low. Most of them are off. A few are broken. Edison style bulbs. kind of glowing like lightning bugs down here. It's very, very dark. But you can kind of see. Actions on you guys.
Should we? I guess we should pursue, or do you think we should turn back? I mean,
well, we've already
let's
said to
pursue.
split up.
I mean, let's go. Let's go. I think we run. I think we run after this guy.
I'm going to walk forward and see if I can. I'm going to bid. I don't have a good trait for this.
Nord, as you happen to look over, it does look like there's bottles.
Yeah, I could bid. They must know. Actually, I could bid journalist maybe, and see if I can make a mental note of what these boxes are as we're kind of just walking through.
You peek into one. It looks like a bunch of whiskey bottles. They're all empty. As far as you can tell, there's a few crates. You could probably spend some time prying open.
No,
maybe
I think we need to run. So I think I'll bid Ranger and yell to Simon. He's getting away. And I think we run.
We can bid the actions up at the top, like where it says character name, who is a what. Yep. So I'm going to bid my action from up there, which is detects. And I'm going to walk up to each door and see if I can figure out which door he went through. So like first I'll look down to see if the dust on one of them is clearly marked. If not, maybe touch the handle, see if maybe the handle's warmer on one door than the other. Try to figure out which way he went.
As you're starting to do this, Simon, you note to the small door, there are many footprints, all normal human-sized footprints, like shuffling through. And you notice there's this weird grass, long grass. It seems it's not native to Detroit. With detects, it almost seems like a tropical kind of plant. It's dried. As you go up to the large door, feel it, the doorknob. It is a little tiny bit warmer, and you see the big footprints of the commandant having gone through there. Nord, you bid Ranger. With Ranger, you'll hear muffled voices coming from the small door.
I think they're in there, Simon.
Well, it looks like the commandant went this way, though.
Yeah, somebody's in there.
Well,
I mean, do we need to know who he is, or do we need to figure out what's going on? I mean, I think we figure out what's going on. He's going to go where he's going to go.
You open that door, and I'll open this door. At the same time, remember how you saw me do it? Stand off to the side, open it, and push it in real quick.
You'll take the high road, and I'll take the low road.
Once we get those doors open, if there are people in there, then we can handle that and then head this way. But we may open the door onto two guys coming in at the same time. It's a risk we'll have to take.
And what on 3, 2?
Yeah. And I'll do. Yeah.
Yoink.
All right. As you both swing open the doors, Simon, you push. Nord, you pull. Leah and Tony. Leah, the action is on you. The scene is as I described it. Tony is bleeding from multiple stab wounds in his back, a few lacerations on his stomach, and a gnarly laceration in his neck. He's shot Emma Jorgensen. She's slumped against the wall, still awake, blinking, trying to figure out what is the meaning of life. Peyton is on the ground staring at you. He's still technically alive, But you, having been soldier, know that he is not long for this world. Cutie Pie has blood all over his knife as he's picking himself up, looking back at you and Tony. As he says, and almost hisses, he's trying to decide who to attack next. There is a wildness in his eyes. You've probably seen a bloodlust. Actions on you. And it is technically Tony's turn as well. What do you guys do?
Given that I heard what Tony said earlier, I'll point my gun at Cutie Pie and say, "You're next," and pull the trigger.
All right, we bid.
For this, I bid precise.
We need to give you we need to give Leah a trait. It's like one-liner.
Blood sport.
Because every time she kills someone, she has a one-liner. I was just like, let us steam.
I mean, that's what that line is from. It's blood sport. So it should be blood sport.
How does it feel to be haunted? Just anything. Yep. And she was like, "You're next." Go ahead and throw down.
That's 2 successes.
All right, that is a miss.
Well, no, then I'll go ahead and bid my flaw calloused to activate Master at Arms.
Okay,
for an
so
extra
you're
2
at,
successes.
So you're at 5?
4.
You're at 4. That is a hit.
Yes.
You beat it by 1. As he dodges to the side, but you fake him out. He's like, "Ho, ho!" As you go, "You're next." Bam! And shoot him. Roll thy damage. I didn't mean it.
That one was leaner. So that's a total of 8 damage.
As he gets caught directly in the chest, going down, his knees buckling, he looks up with bloodlust in his eyes as he starts towards you. As Mariah screams on your back. Tony, technically it's your turn. Do you do anything?
Can I even stand up?
Yeah, you're standing. I mean, you tell me what. I don't know what your health's at. I'm just dealing you damage.
Yeah. I'll attempt to walk out of the room where everyone is trying to kill me.
Well, you're gonna have to be more specific.
Is any of those 3 people that tried to kill me, they're out of commission, right?
No. All right. So I'm going to describe it to you really quick. The scene is this. You're in an office. There's a doorway that leads out to the hallway you had been in. There's clearly a doorway that's behind some kind of smoke and mirrors thing that Leah just came out of.
I'm going to go there.
Leah and Mariah, the little girl, are there. You blew the head off one of these people. She's sitting in the corner contemplating her life. The Canuck is down on the ground, bleeding out. He looks really bad. The frat boy has just gotten shot, and he's bull rushing Leah and Mariah to kill them.
Oh.
What do you do? Meanwhile, jazz music is playing, and Mariah is singing ABC 1, 2, 3 at the top of her
I will
lungs
attempt to
over
walk
her.
up and hit him with my flashlight.
All right, the tiny flashlight you have, you're like, eh.
Yeah.
All right, what do you bid?
I will bid what kind of job can I get with 10 years of Latin?
All right.
It's my motto.
I love it. How do you? How does it apply and describe the scene?
I walk up and I
haven't gotten tenure yet. Ah.
I know.
That's
Like,
what I say.
how, you know how in like priests will do that, that thing where they're doing, I forget what it's called.
Like
But
jerking
they have
people
like
off. What are you
incense or
doing?
something like that. No. They have
No, I know
like a
what you're
bell.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say, no, that's right. I yell, I raise up my flashlight. And I say, I got your communion right here.
As you go to whack him on the head, throw down. The threshold will be 2 since he's been attacked once already.
One.
I'm going to ask one last time. Do you do anything to increase that?
Can I throw a proficiency at it?
For rerolls, yes.
Okay.
Remember, you got ninja gear, you got abilities, and you have proficiencies.
Yeah, I will use one of my learning.
Okay.
Because it's pretty much useless for any other endeavor, but for rerolling for violence, yeah, it might work.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I'm at 3 successes now.
Hey, holy shit. And that's exactly what you need for a clean success. Roll damage.
What is the damage of a flashlight to the head?
If it's a light weapon, it is a D4. If it's a medium weapon, it's a D4 plus 1. Plus any difference.
Oh. And DJ No Fly gave you a pip, Will.
Thanks, DJ.
All right.
Anytime.
I got a 2. 2 damage.
2 damage plus 1 because you beat the threshold by 1. So it's 4. No, I'm sorry. 3 damage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you knock this dude out? Because Leah did 8 and he only has 10 vitality.
I take out my flashlight. It's pretty bloody, right? And I say, I got my flashlight, and I got your communion.
As Leah, you see the lights go out in his eyes as he slashes twice at you and thrusts once at Mariah, who's way too far away. As he falls, timber, knocked out, moaning on the ground. Behind him, bloody, is Tony, kind of holding his side. Tony, have you taken any wounds or sanity at this point?
Oh, I think I'm well into wounds.
Do you know what you're at?
I think I'm at 3.
Yeah. He looks like he's been stabbed several times. Might have some internal bleeding. Behind him, Emma Jorgensen, still like she's starting to touch her face. Her hand is shaking as she's like not understanding what's gone on. Yeah, actions on you two. What do you do?
Leah will go ahead and raise her pistol again and point it at Emma and pull the trigger.
What do you bid?
Combat certified.
Throw thyself down. Are you gonna walk up to her, or are you doing this from across the room?
I'll walk up to her. Just to make it easier.
So point blank shit. Yeah. The threshold effectively is 0.
So that is 1 success.
Okay. Do a chaos die, just because there is always a chaos die for called shots. Balloons.
That's a 5.
All right, so 2 successes. Roll damage. Why? It's fun. It's fun to roll damage.
That's a total of 8 again.
She looks up at you with her mauled face and says, I didn't mean, as you execute her. Leah, you find yourself, you hear someone laughing. And Tony, you hear it too.
No, I
music
don't.
Music
I
is still
hear it.
going on.
I don't hear it.
You don't?
No, because I've just been in a room with about 4 or 5 gunshots that have gone off. I don't hear anything.
Your ears are ringing. Good note. You'll get a pip. Leah, you do. You hear someone laughing. As one of your flaws, I'm going to bid for you. Do you have any flaws associated with your daughter? I think you're muted.
No, I don't.
Now you do. It's going to be called something like Mother's Worry. As a steely fear that you cannot diminish. All of your training doesn't allow it. This is something deep in the ovaries. As you hear this giggling at the person that just got executed, this fear, my daughter just saw that. Any rationalization that I might have, those are just words. This is a person who is a clean slate, a sponge. And you've heard this kind of sound before. It's from people that lose their shit from combat, PTSD. It's not a pleasant sound. As you feel it grip your insides, and you find yourself turning and looking at Mariah. Lo and behold, she's not laughing. She's far from it, looking at you kind of horrified, her mouth slack, scared, as you realize you're laughing. Take a derangement. As it mounts, you are a murderer. It's justified, but the blood is not going to easily wash off. Mariah runs, catching your gaze, seeing remorseless eyes, justified eyes. You are perfectly fine with what you've done, and you'll argue about it. Or do you stop her?
I'll stop her.
How do you do it?
Where's she running to?
She's running back into the cellar.
Leah will
shoot her in the head.
Yeah.
I understand. Go on.
Leah will sprint after her and sort of bear hug's not the right word for it. Like, I'm sure you've seen it, like where like somebody just like tries to comfortably hug someone smaller than them.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of thing. And so Leah will like wrap her up in that kind of hug.
What do you bid to? I mean, you're faster than she is, so you can get her. But what do you bid to do this? And what do you say?
Mom.
Nice. What do you say? And Tony is right there bleeding out. Tell me this scene. This is between you guys.
Leah will sort of rest her head on Mariah's head, from behind, and say, I know this is not fair for you. I'm just trying to keep you safe.
As she's quaking, it's not fear, it's like physical fear. She's kind of in shock. as for a moment, you bidding mom, it becomes very real. You're in a room full of dead people. There's the smell of hot blood and gunpowder. Your ears are ringing. There's jazz music going on outside. Not particularly good jazz music. It's like a fusion. Tony is leaning up against the desk, literally blood pouring from him, staining his shirt. All the gunshots and everything. No one's coming in here. Surely people heard over jazz music. Mariah kind of quiets down in your grasp as she looks up and looks at you again. She smiles and kisses you on the cheek.
Leah will look around real quick and see if there is any kind of like fire alarm type of thing in this room.
You look around, it doesn't appear to be, or there does not appear to be.
So she'll Leah will set or like have Mariah sit down next to the entrance to like the tunnel and peek her head outside the door and see if there's anything nearby.
Out the door to the hallway?
Yeah.
Tony, what are you doing as you're sitting there next to Mariah? Mariah looks at you. She's, are you okay?
No, but don't worry about it.
You have she points to your shoulder. There's a thing in you.
What?
I don't know what it is.
Well,
You want me to get it?
no. That only makes it worse.
As Leah, you turn and you see that there's a can opener stuck in his shoulder.
Let me see if I can't find a fire alarm, and then I'll help you out with that.
As Leah, you open the door and poke your head out. Tony and Leah, that's you. Simon and Nord.
Will?
Yeah, you got to roll.
Yeah, let's say
That's cool. This is actually
good.
This is actually a good spot. That's cool.
All right.
All right, Andrea,
guys.
thanks for rolling in.
Bye.
Bye.
See you guys next time.
Simon and Nord, you open up the doors, swinging them open. Nord, pushing it open. Simon. Simon, you hear a thunk, and yet again, thwack. Same difference. Something about it is a little bit different. Not 100% sure what it is. Maybe the thought of same trap twice? Like in a row? Nord, as you open the door up, you look in. You see a short hallway that opens up into a larger room. The ceiling's been painted over with this like plaster stuff. This room was likely dug out after this tunnel was made. It looks newer. And inside this open room, there's lights and mirrors on the walls. It almost looks like a dressing room. The floor has this shitty tile, and it is full of around 12-ish people. They're all in strange costumes. A couple of them, like they're like half clothed. Some they have these grass skirts on. You see these large tribal islandy looking that's awesome. Tribal islandy looking masks everywhere, and they're all fucking. Sounds like they're lifting weights. As a couple of them turn, looking, you see one of the guys going, "Come on in."
Oh yeah, man. I'll be right there, man. Yeah, let's yeah, man.
As you're holding a
I do that,
shotgun, what do you bid to?
I'm gonna bid. I got smoke and mirrors back, and I'm gonna bid it to like subtly just grab the doorknob and like pull it back slowly, like I wasn't even there, or push it back slowly.
Just kidding. We're gonna have you throw down on this.
Okay.
Go on.
Gotcha.
Simon, you see Nord kind of stiffen up and then gingerly shut the door. Yeah. Just.
Oh, that's wrong. That's not the correct. That's 2 successes.
Yeah, and as far as you know, you kind of turn and look at Simon.
We good.
I can hear the sounds from the open door.
Yeah, you hear, put it in my ass. Yeah.
Hey, glad I picked this door.
Me too. Anyway,
I'm gonna bid. Once the door is shut, I would.
By the way, sexual content spoil. Go on. Sorry.
I would like to bid. My motto: "They must know," and then I would like to bid. Quick and dirty to lock the door. And
how are you gonna lock it?
They can't open. Can I spend a narrative point that there's some material? Because there's material, all their boxes and stuff like that.
So how do you do it?
And maybe there's a rope or something, like a chain, metal.
Sure.
No.
Yeah, you tell me how it's done. You both
metal
work on this.
chain that he wraps around the doorknob.
If you take one of those lids off the crate, you can prop it up,
and then we'll wedge it down underneath the door.
You prop it under the doorknob and push it in, like I can't remember what those things are called. The fireman locks that you put under the knob and it sticks in.
We'll wedge it down and use the wall to brace it. So that anything, even if they try to bust it open, they're not going to do that.
Like you do with a chair.
Yeah, that's what you do. The door is wooden, so they could bust the door open, but it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
Especially if, they're naked.
Yeah. So they're going to be just locked in there for now.
Actions on you guys.
I am going to bid skeptic, because what I'm going to do is, without crossing the threshold, I'm going to reach up and break that one off again, and then I'm going to take it and start pushing around the door and on the other side of the threshold, because 2 booby traps are the same in a row. There's probably a secondary booby trap to make you think that.
Make a throw down. Threshold on this is 2. Meanwhile, Nord is finding a pole and is locking this door. Or
would this be
jamming.
Grace?
And I want it to be more than just them kicking it open. If I want it to be braced above.
Yeah, it's braced. They're going to have to break the door.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Which is going to be hard to do.
Yeah.
This is not a reinforced door, but it will be difficult to do.
I got 3 successes with flare.
Nord, as you finish bracing this door, you kind of looking at it. You hear movement from inside, of course. Some voices. You could gather they probably saw you and then, were otherwise occupied. But slowly but surely, they're going to figure out, who was that? Wait, did he have a shotgun? It's not going to happen now, but it's going to happen. And you can hear them, like the murmur, start going through. Meanwhile, you turn, see Simon doing what he's doing. Simon, your suspicion pays off as you find another. It seems like something that instead of coming out towards the door would come across. You feel it. You can't quite see it. You feel like this heavy piece of wood, and as you kind of like jostle it about, you hear metal clanging. As you can gather, it's probably some sort of blade that would come down and swipe.
Okay. So I will take...
Like an axe.
Right. So I will take the pronged pitchfork thing and literally push up on it to hold it and step through so I can see it.
You look up and you see something maybe you have seen in real life, as in maybe Simon has seen before if he's gone out to the godforsaken farms of Canada. But you see a scythe.
Yep.
Like a proper horror style scythe. You could actually hold it as a weapon if you pulled it down. Oh shit, do you have one? Uh-oh.
Like this thing?
Yeah, that's it.
But not as...
No, it should be. So you have that now. It's pretty cool. There's the question. Why do you have a scythe?
Why not? I mean, why not?
Why wouldn't you have that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it won't be as ornate.
No.
Actually, fuck that. It will be ornate. It'll have like Sumerian runes on it and all like glyphs from like the deep and shit.
Okay.
You can, in fact, pull it off if you want.
I do. I want to take it off and start carrying it.
All right. It is a heavy weapon. So that is D6 plus 1. Or did we switch the damage on weapons? I think it's a D6 plus 1.
I thought
it is. It's a D6 plus 1.
Was based on your brawn.
It's going to be, it'll have a trait on it, which is like razor sharp. And we'll have another trait on it that says cold iron, just to be all fantasy about it. So it's got a D8 extra die. Nord is dying.
I wanted to join those guys over there, but I just don't know it's like a morality or something. I mean, you put a little girl and you got to protect some little girls or something. You get this morality. It's all fucked up, man.
Well, let's keep heading this way then. Hopefully they won't break out of there anytime soon. Hopefully they'll all be too tired afterwards.
Tony.
Hopefully they're not going anywhere. I'd like to talk to him after, see what it was like. Maybe this will give him an extra like little bit of, I don't know, BDSM or whatever you want to call it. Extra little bit of joy. They're really confined.
Tony, Leah disappears out of the door, saying, I'm going to find a fire alarm. Mariah, you stick with Tony, as she nods. And the door. Now where you are, Tony, you can see there's a mirrored wall, and around it, where everyone went, this mirrored snaking hallway that leads down into catacombs. Outside, you hear the music start to rise, and you hear chanting. Very loud chanting.
I go and I attempt to go through the mirrored wall.
You do. It's just a hallway that moves around like a fun house, except it's a horror fun house.
And I have Mariah follow me.
Mariah does. as you're snaking through, do you bid anything to go fast? You just sort of moving along?
I'm just sort of moving along.
As you do, Mariah holds onto your hand. Are you sure you're okay, Tony?
Look.
I've got some Kleenexes.
Yeah, sure, I'll take them. Sure, that'll help.
The wounds you have, you can tell they're not life-threatening, but they probably need to be stitched up.
Yeah.
You're gonna have some scars.
Oh yeah, scars. So I'm gonna walk in a little bit, and I'll say to Mariah, "Is this where you all came from?"
Yeah.
What's back here?
Simon and Nord are down there. As you can see, your guys' reflections all over the place, and can just tell how the hallways are moving since you're going slow.
I say, where are they?
They went down that way.
Let's go.
As she kind of pauses for a second, looking back, she'll be okay. She's always okay. Come on.
Let's go.
As she's wanting to go faster, she's sort of like pulling you along.
I'll try, but I got those stab wounds.
As you get lower and lower, you hear the chanting get louder and louder. It's not getting louder where you're coming from. It's that you're going underneath, and the chanting is just getting louder, like starting almost to resonate with the building. And it sounds like this. Erish Kagel, Erish Kagel, Erish Kagel, Erish Kagel. And they continue, Lamal Hela Revulo Vekas. And it just goes on and on and on and on. You hear the squealing of what sounds like pigs. And the chanting continues, thrumming, almost like people are stamping on the ground. Mariah is close to you as you guys get to the first door. Simon and Nord, you guys are at the second door. You're starting to hear this stamping of feet. You're a few minutes behind that scene I just described. The corridor continues. Very much the same crates and such. However, now the scent of water. You hear the rushing water like a storm drain around you. It's like you're going to see the Ninja Turtles. That's what it looks like and feels like. And there's this rushing sound. It's hard to place what it is. There's a light bulbs blinking.
I keep heading forward.
Just go forward. You see, it is a crossed junction. You can go left, right, into what look like sewers, and you can keep on going straight. There are no doors at this point. It seems like you're in perhaps the sewer. There's kind of the funk smell of sewer, and off to the sides, you see water trickling by as you realize it's storm drains where they go. The ground is muddy and funky.
Are we leaving the party? Are we a little too far away? I'm worried that maybe we were there and we're going somewhere else. Again, I think this might be a red herring. Like, I don't know.
Well, this leads to Bell Island. I would put $5-10 on it. That this heads out to Bell Island. Well, not to Bell Island, but to this side of the river of Bell Island.
They did the Blue Hand people did say that the real fight was on Bell Island. That they thought that maybe that's where we should go if we survived what's going on here. I mean, what if they get the spell, whatever it is that they're casting.
Let's head back. I start to turn around and start to.
I mean,
run
I'm just
as we're talking.
Just a thought.
As you turn, but go ahead before you run. Go ahead, Nord.
I mean, I'm just shooting thoughts here that we're tripping. You know, they want us to leave. They're afraid of us.
Simon, as you turn, you know there's a fog low lying in the air, maybe around your ankles, that was not there before.
Or maybe we're going the right way. I don't know. Can I use my trait No Pain to activate the scent of color?
Yeah. How do you actually activate it? Whatever you got to do with something.
I have the very end of my spliff that I've been smoking on that is opium laced, and I light it up. It's like, hold on, like I see Simon start to turn around. Like if I'm gonna like, die in this moment, I'm gonna take a moment. Let's think about this. We'll be reasonable.
As you go on, sorry.
If you don't think that Leah and Tony can stop it, we can head back. We know that if we go up there and stop it, we head back, we stop it, we can easily take these tunnels to put us out right across from Bell Island. So we have a direct route to, I'm assuming these go to Bell Island, but we'll have a direct route. We go back there and make sure it's stopped. Then we head back through these tunnels and out to the island to stop them there.
The cross tunnels,
man.
Nord,
like, you can. I have to say, yeah, man, you're always so serious. Like sometimes you just gotta like feel what's right.
Okay, and then what are you feeling?
I don't know. I just threw down and
all right.
I don't know.
Nord, you note that the cross tunnels are filled with a whitish fog. Mist, perhaps. As the opium starts to sink into your brain and you smell a weird ginger scent amongst the sewer scent. Some spices. It's thick in the fog. Simon, the way back, there it is a noticeable, like a fog machine has started. The fog's sort of slowly rolling in. It's cold.
I would have stayed with Simon. I would have grabbed Simon.
Yeah, you guys are standing right there.
Okay.
Yeah, I hadn't run. He said that I stopped her running, so I hadn't run yet.
Tony, you and Mariah are moving past the doorway. It looks like it's been jammed shut. And you hear, dum, 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 help! Help us! Dum, 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 dum. Help us! We're stuck! We're locked in here! Dum, 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 dum. Mariah looks up at you.
I motion to Mariah to keep quiet, and we continue walking.
As she looks back and then looks up at you and says, everyone's the enemy. As you move through the door into this foggy tunnel, moving around, you two, you hear footfalls coming from where you came from. Shadows. Before long, you can tell it's Mariah and Tony. You are all there together. There's a chill in the air. The fog is thick. Now you can't see down the two hallways. You can see down the main hallway when the lights still go down that way. As with this fog and stuff, it perhaps, Simon, since you were talking about Bell Island, you realize maybe the lights are following the right path. It's a little obvious, but maybe that's what it is. Fog is thick here. Like it just rolled in. Actions on you guys.
Wait, so did you and Leah stop it back there?
Oh, they're stopped. They're not getting up.
So then do we want to head on to Bell Island? Where's Leah?
Leah went to take care of some other issues. And I got stabbed.
Well, I can see that. We'll have to address that. Not in these sewers. This is not the best
You
place
guys
to do that.
hear a clicking sound. And sort of a clatter. Click, 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 all around,
Yeah.
echoing.
I cock my shotgun.
There's probably animals.
Then a whistling.
Maybe we need to head out of these tunnels.
In the fog, on either tunnel, leading off to the sides, there's shadows of a person on either one that's walking towards you. Up ahead, in the darkness, red eyes open up maybe 50 feet away, cloaked in the darkness. You can just barely see the outline of a face, a tall person leaning up against the side of the rounded hallway.
Does it look like the Commandant's shadow?
No.
Okay.
You.
What's going on? Mariah says. From the doorway that led back into the hideaway.
Let's go forward and let's go quick.
Sounds like someone's gotten lost. You hear echoing.
I'm going to brandish the scythe and start to head forward out of the straight path where I thought Bell Island was going.
As you start moving forward,
Bell Island.
you have the scythe out. Are you bidding anything? You just rolling out with
No,
the scythe out?
I'm going to bid brute.
Bidding brute. You get about 2 or 3 steps. You note the big footfalls of the Commandant do go that way as you look down. And right then, the fog furls and you see dropping from the ceiling, which the ceiling isn't very high, seemingly out of nowhere. This figure looks kind of like a homeless person with a ratty jacket, this scarf that hits the ground with a thud. It's wet, matted hair, bald spot, white, pasty skin. This person crouched 10 feet in front of you. As it looks up, twisted head, its eyes pop open and they're blood red.
Tibbets.
Where do you think you're going? No. Very
Not
similar
good.
to Tibbets.
I'm getting out of here.
Yeah.
Are you?
This guy is bad news bears.
You see this guy turn. He says he's getting out of here. As you hear laughter from everywhere.
I think we should make ourselves defensible. And I would
on
like
you
to
guys.
bid murderer.
Actions on you guys.
If I see this person, I would like to bid murderer and my marksman, and I'm holding a shotgun.
Yep.
And I would like to shoot the shotgun at this thing.
So you fan around Simon because he's in front and kind of flank this guy. And you've already cocked it. Absolutely. Actions on you all. You see Nord clop, 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 level the shotgun and shoot this dude Bidding murderer, throw down.
Oh, nice. And that is a graceful weapon, I guess.
Yeah, grace to shoot the stoof.
That is 4 successes there. I don't think I could roll much better. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, 4.
Tony, would you roll me a D8? And Simon, when you get back, would you roll me a D10?
I rolled an 8.
I rolled a 10, so that's 2 successes.
All right, threshold is 5.
Sorry.
No worries. Can I bid one of my flaws, which is bleak?
To do what?
To I don't know. Activate the marksman again?
Oh, you can't do it. You can't activate the same ability twice.
Oh no!
In a turn.
Well, what about the bleak to activate the Kobayashi Maru, because I'm completely frightened of everything in the entire world.
Yeah, does it have any upgrades on it?
It does. It has 1.
Yep, then it gives you 1 success. As you take a step forward, are you at limbo now?
It's 5, yeah.
Yeah. As you take a step forward, you can do your ninja gear or anything like that.
I have Kevlar on. Maybe that'll steady me a little bit.
Sure.
It doesn't have anything. So it's
all right,
D4.
so D4.
And that is not a
Does it have any flaws on it? Because flaws do count as traits.
Yeah, it's got a flaw. I think it's cumbersome.
Yeah, so it has a D6 instead of a D4.
Oh, a D6.
Yeah, flaws on ninja gear and stuff do count.
It is. Nope.
All right, with a limbo, bam! Roll damage.
What is it? 2d6.
Yeah, 2d6 plus 1, I believe, for the shoddy. Actually, hold on. Sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. You hadn't written it down. I'll pull it up really fast. Here's a question: how close are you getting?
Well,
because that actually changes.
Probably a little bit closer.
Okay.
I'll probably step in front of Simon. You know, I know that this guy's no joke, and I've had it up to here with like all these supernatural creatures completely, fucking with us.
That is fair. Give me a second. Well,
but I also think that anyone who listens to this podcast on a regular basis, they should probably ask their friends. Like, we're at the point where we ask our friends. I ask my mom, my clients, people I work with. It's okay. I mean, I don't think we're embarrassing people. I think we should rise up as the weirdos of this world and like subscribe and maybe share alternative content, because we certainly deal with a lot of amazing and wonderful things like peeing in alleys and
oh my god,
children.
All right, so this is what the shot.
Children.
The shoddy is a boomstick. What it does is it does one shell is 1d4 plus 1 damage. If you fire both shells, you deal 2d4 of damage.
Oh, so it's
now
less.
is this a sawed off or is it just a shotgun?
It's the sawed off.
Okay, the sawed off has up close and personal as a trait.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so it's got more traits in it.
Yeah. Yeah. It deals, if you're in short range, which you are, it deals 2d4.
Okay. All right. So it's not a 2d6. I had this one written down as a d6.
Yeah, it is a 2d4.
Oh,
Assuming
okay,
if you're short range, it's 2d4, or if you're not short range, if you blow both shells, it's 2d4. Otherwise, it's d4 plus 1 because it's a medium.
Okay. So that is for the first. It's 8. I got rolled 2 4s in a row.
Yeah.
And I would like to shoot it a second time.
You can do that. Oh, you can do that, but you just get a d6, and it is the chaos die. So roll the chaos die, and that can deal extra damage potentially.
All right. And then the chaos die, it says it's a 3.
It's a 3. You can proficiency that if you wish.
Now,
granted, it's chaos die. If you roll a 1, it's bad.
Yeah, I think I'm okay with that.
The good thing about the chaos die would be if you were to get a success on it, you would deal full damage because you're not at limbo.
Uh-huh. Oh, I see. But is it a D6 or is it a D8?
It's a D6.
It's a D6.
Yeah, there's an ability to raise.
Yeah, all right. I'll use this duggery to like re-roll the D6.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use a violence to re-roll it because I rolled a 1. All right, so it's a 2.
All right. As you're like, bam, damn it. As this thing, you've used both shells. Boom, boom. You blast this vagrant in the shoulder with a shotgun. As you see black blood. As he looks up at you. Perturbed, perhaps. Anyone else?
It
is your turn.
Since I had bid brute, can I still use that to swing the scythe?
Yep.
I am going to. Yeah. Yep. I'm going to swing the scythe to try and lop his head off.
All right. As you come down on him, this would be Grace or Braun, either one. So you guys are aware you have the dude in front of you. You have 2 dudes in either tunnel to the left and right. You've got
and then
the one way out ahead, and then someone shut the door.
Yeah.
So that'd be 5 people.
I only knew about the 1.
Yeah, I just grabbed the shadows and the fucking eyes and the door shutting, and this guy came out of nowhere.
Yeah, we're so.
No, yeah.
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 It's
be a good time. You hear, I smell blood. As they turn and look at you, Tony. Tasty.
I shoot him.
Okay. I've got 3 successes.
3 successes. I'll have Nord roll me a D8. Tony, roll me a D10. And tell me if there are any successes.
I have 1.
I rolled a 1.
Rolled a 1. The threshold is 3. Simon.
Okay, let me.
Tony, the person saying this is the person behind you coming from the door.
No, still 3 successes.
All right, roll the damage as you come down, taking a couple steps forward. Ding, 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 blast! Waiting for the blast, and you come down with a scythe with this unwieldy weapon. Tony, go ahead and throw down. Bid and throw down.
5 damage, so cut in half is 3. Or do you go to 2?
3.
3. So 3 damage.
As you come down on this guy, roll a d6.
Oh, that's a 6.
Nice.
Tony, what do you bid?
I'm going to bid mercenary.
Okay. As you turn around, hearing this guy, he's walking up. He's got a rat in his mouth. As he throws the rat against the wall, blood coming down his chin. Go ahead and throw down to shoot him.
Yeah, no successes.
As you do shoot him, and he keeps on walking towards you. He looks down at his chest and kind of chuckles. Meanwhile, Tony, describe how you fucking cut this guy's head off.
You mean Simon?
Simon, whatever the fuck your name is.
He's like, so the gunshot hits him in the chest or hits him in the shoulder, and as his head goes back like this, I take the opportunity to go whoop, and just hit.
As his head pops off comically and goes out the left tunnel. You hear his body jerked. Blood, a black geyser, spews out like a zit as
like a bad 80s movie.
Hits the ground as maggots explode out of his body and he turns into rotted flesh and ash. As he does, you hear this siren's call. His body jerks, clawing at things, and is turned into nastiness and just shit in front of you. There is a silence, a gasp. All of the red eyes flare like brake lights. You feel an intense hatred and anger laid upon you all. A terror. Inhuman sounds. Stop! From before you.
We are going to have
Simon,
to push through.
You hear the singing of the cold iron you're wielding. You see the person in front, the first red eyes you saw, move out. A European looking man, stereotypical, hair slicked back, widow's peak. You've seen him before in Grosse Pointe, or at least Leah did. As he holds out his hand with claws for fingernails, saying, "Stop." That's where we're going to end. You found the vampires.
Oh. Where did Leah see them?
When you guys first went to Annabelle Butte's and you were hiding out of the car, Leah and someone else, specifically Leah, saw this guy walking by and he was all creepy looking at her. And the morning was coming and he was about to like knock on the door and then he looked and saw the sun coming up and so he went away.
Oh, okay.
Indeed.
That is pretty tense. Vampires. You guys should catch us. I feel like, is this not the end? I thought we ended.
That's the end.
Anything else that we say is destined for after hours. So please stay tuned. Find us on Facebook. I don't think you can. That is a definite thing that we will continue streaming according to us on Facebook and our YouTube. So you can go to our Linktree /DreadLore to find. Is the Linktree even go to
what?
The Facebook or the
Linktree goes everywhere.
Okay.
You can also find all of it on DreadLore.com.
And you can find all of this exciting stuff on DreadLore.com.
Everything's on DreadLore.com.
Thank you for participating in the Red Writ. It's DreadLore's Writ, and everybody together should say...
Red The
Red Writ. Now, but before we end, one last thing.
Oh, well, I just wanted to thank our cast.
Oh, you can thank the
and
cast.
Then we'll give you some we'll give you the last note before we move on and do a different thing. But thanks to our cast: Bill Bunkum, Andrea Elliott-Johnson, Daniel Hulker, Drizzle, and Ken Howl. Thanks for the music from all lowercase letters and Mr. Interrupt. Our Patreon is what keeps us going. Please visit the Patreon, patreon.com/DreadLore. Thank you to Tim Roberts, Daniel Hulker, and Nostalgic, all people who absolutely do not get paid, but pay us to make this content, which is a vitally important thing. Couchfire Media does all the media, art, etc. And Trois Productions is the people who came up with the idea for DreadLore. Trois is our arbiter, our storyteller, and the thing that makes this doomy gloomy story happen.
Doom.
This is the Red Writ. We'll see you in the after hours.
But before that,
Bill has a last note.
Yeah, last couple notes. The time is 11:50 p.m. in the Red Writ. It is 10 minutes before midnight, before the witching hour. You guys are all together. Leah is not with you. All right. That's it for tonight. We're going to jump over to YouTube. So anyone who wants to jump into our Geeky Gaming podcast, jump over to YouTube, and we're going to be there talking about the game and geeky gaming shit. Everybody say bye.
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 Uh,